Welcome to the Great American Crawl. This week we're at Choccolocco Off-Road Park in Jacksonville, Alabama.
Huge turnout.
Yeah.
Parking lot in this place was packed. It was full. We had a great turnout.
Yeah, so day 2 we started at Playground, which is like a very popular spot. Like that is like the hangout spot. They've done some races out there, and it's just like you pretty much come up a hill and it's a spider web of lines. Today was extremely dusty. It was very dusty and silty and slippery and rough.
Yeah, we finally get dry East Coast wheeling.
You know what's funny? We get dry and
we're complaining about the dust. Yeah, what would you rather have, wet or dust?
I always like it wet, but if this is great, but if it rained like 2 days before just to knock all the dust down.
Just a little, yeah.
Perfect. That is like the perfect wheeling park conditions, I think.
Yeah.
Which the playground is a really cool trail. The left is really gnarly and really steep in my opinion, so I didn't want to try that with a very short wheelbase vehicle.
Definitely today I felt a lot more comfortable. Like, where was it, Playground? Oh yeah, Playground, I was really impressed with my rig guy. Jordan and Chris were like, you're gonna do that? And I was like, yeah, it didn't look too bad. So that confidence is already saying a lot that I feel comfortable. And going up was pretty good. It felt really comfortable, like with obviously the seats always feel super comfortable. And it went right up.
Yeah, it was difficult from the bottom to tell which line to take with everybody up in front, because as soon as somebody was, tires on dirt, not rock, everything was it was dusty, it was a cloud. Watch out.
It was very intimidating. Yeah, like pulling up to it, being at the bottom of it, like I'm all about up trails, I don't do down trails, but my gosh, like you guys were like, yeah, come on. I was like, wow, this looks utterly terrifying. So I was like, wow, I rolled yesterday. I really don't want to do it again. So
You almost did at one point.
I got a little sideways. I did, yeah. But I mean, it did it. Jeep did it, I did it.
It's not hard.
Fine.
There's a ton of traction in that section, so it helps.
Chris did a really good job on it, which was multiple stacked ledges that were pretty steep. He got on there and beat on it pretty good.
And I knew Troy would get up there and idle up it. That's Troy's driving style, man. He's very, very rarely will you see him getting throttle. But I mean that Jeep, you know, Troy's a hell of a wheeler. He's been doing this a long time, and that rig just works.
From there we went to Backside, and Backside they've recently been doing a whole bunch of like bouncer racing on. So I was like, oh, I guess we could all hang out here and try it. And I've done it in the past. I've done Backside 1, which is gnarly, which that trail is actually the reason why I back half the Jeep. From the bottom, it looks like a football field length, just straight out of 45. And it's just a massive ledge, and then you have 3 like lanes. And then at the top of those lanes, you're still going up, and then it's even steeper at the top. So that's a super intimidating like obstacle looking at it from the bottom.
Pulling up, I was like, wow, what is Danny having us do today? Like, this is another, wow, look at how high that goes. And so you did it and you made it look easy. So I was like, well, like I'll put tires on it. I'll put tires on anything. So I was like, okay. And then it was actually really decent.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad.
At the top.
Yeah, no, it worked.
So it's all momentum and just staying in it and just clearing out all those rocks to gain traction. There's almost no traction except for the massive ledge on it.
Towards the top at the end, I took the wrong line, so I had to like back up and like go over a little bit, but I mean, it really wasn't bad.
Rolled up on Backside, and it didn't look like it was going to be something we were going to do. I thought everybody was going to choose to bypass it, which even the bypass looked pretty nasty just from the bottom. Once you started walking up backside just to scope out the lines and the options that you have, it looked a lot more doable once you got up there. But from the bottom, it didn't look like anybody was going to put tires on it.
I think what kind of gets you, like, I don't know if like an optical illusion, but like what kind of gets you with the top section is that it doesn't look very bad, but when you're on it, it's like pretty off camber and crappy.
It looks doable, but you don't realize you have to take into account that you're on a hill that is, it's steep. The hill climb itself was super steep, and this rock pile was at the top of it.
Yeah, that's a tree.
A little bit.
And then when I finally ended up going up it, because I've tried to follow the same line Danny and Stephanie and some of them did, where I did the whole first part of it, but then where they shot off to the right was a really tight turn. So I went off to the left, which was, I don't know if anybody else did that same line that I did. That was neat. I mean, you just had to stay in the throttle. I mean, it was just a horsepower hill.
So we're heading back, and I'm like, damn, that trail looks pretty cool. I haven't done it in a while. And it changed from the last time I did it. So I was like, you know what, let's go. I get up on it, and again, it's all loose rock and just silt and dust all over the place. And I was getting on it. I was pretty much clearing everything off for everyone. And it was just sending it up, and I got up, it was pretty good, but a lot of RPM on that. That was more than the last time I did it for sure.
Axel Stammel was out here from Axel Helmets and Off-Road Gear. Always a great time. I love Axel, he's a good dude.
There was a really tight hairpin turn to the left where there was a giant tree and a rock kind of jutting out right past the tree that I think a couple of us had issues with. That's kind of where you had to really hit on it and give it a solid bump to get through the dirt that was just dug out next to the tree where your driver tire was. That was a fun little hill. I enjoyed that one.
she's coming up, cruising up, and I'm like, I see like a couple drops from like the axle. I'm like, I think she's leaking something.
It was what, the pinion nut? That's
Yeah,
what
the
that's
pinion nut
officially
backed
called?
off of the pinion gear, and the yoke was sliding back.
Mm-hmm.
So basically there was play in that whole little system, and you could
Yeah.
just move the drive shaft up and down.
So the pinion nut itself, I guess what got attacked by the drive shaft or something, and it like mushroomed the top of it.
Yeah,
Maybe it was
you're
user
binding,
error.
A full droop you're binding. So I think that's what
We
led
don't
to
talk
that.
about that.
So little issues could lead to bigger issues, and
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening with her rig. But luckily we caught it, and if we didn't catch that before going up Snake Hill,
That it could have been really bad.
you would have
Yeah.
probably blew U-joints, destroyed the drive shaft, destroyed the gears. Like you would have had a very expensive
It
tab.
would have been bad, yeah.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
All done.
Nice work. Coming back. Right. See what she does.
Right here. What? I don't think so, but it's definitely off. Right here, it's coming out right here. Lift it a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, probably help. That's got to be more than 10 pounds of air, doesn't it? Yeah, you're sealed.
Usually hill killing is not something that we do with like big groups, just because it could lead to a lot of like bad issues like rollovers and all that. So I was like, screw it. We got a couple rigs with a lot of power. Let's go party. So we're coming in. It's called Snake Hill. And you just see it all the way up, and it's super intimidating.
It was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think everyone
Yeah.
looked at it and was like, why? Like, why?
Alex, Andy, and I were at the back, and we were like, what? What are we doing here? Like, just straight up.
Yeah, I decided to
Yeah.
spice it up a little bit.
Oh,
at
it
the
got
end.
spicy.
She went all the way back down, which is part of the issue with this trail. Like, if you stop midway and lose your momentum, you have to back all the way down and then rip it up again.
I was like, I can't just go from here. And he was like, no, you have to back up and attempt it again. So I did it 2 more times, and then first and second or whatever. And at that point, my legs were trembling. I was, and I felt like Danny took like 10 minutes trying to put the winch. I was dying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was
had to
so
lock down
nervous.
and the pool came all the way
Yeah,
off.
I was so nervous. I was so nervous.
I'm sure you were trying to avoid pulling line on that
Yeah,
one.
dude.
Yeah, he really didn't. I was like, help me pull the line. I was like, I don't care, just get me out
I
of
was
here.
like, oh.
Yeah.
It was not challenging in the sense of being an obstacle, like getting through rocks. It was a power thing.
Yep.
It was a momentum thing. It was a speed thing.
Yeah, then she tried.
I
and then
didn't do it.
the little 6 squirrels on that motor were not
No,
enough.
my squirrels are tired. They're old
Yeah.
squirrels. I'm done. I don't want to do this.
I'll press dots for like recording and keep going.
After that, we went up to kind of like a little overlook there, and that's where we found Andy posing on a really like big 10-foot rock.
I just told Danny, I'm like, it'd be really funny if I'm just like on your roof. And he's like, okay.
Me being me, I just told Jordan to move his Jeep so we could try it.
Okay, let's do some math. Andy's on what? 40.
46s.
Oh, okay. 46s. So you're gonna add 46 plus what? That's probably another foot or so, maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet. I don't
2
think
feet.
2 feet. I don't think he can do it. I think it'll flip.
You think he's gonna flip?
It might.
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna work though.
You don't think he's gonna get up there at all?
I don't know.
You were up there pretty high, but
And
you,
then-
you
and
wanted more.
Yeah, I wanted to go up further.
That
And,
wasn't enough for you.
Yeah, I wanted to touch the roof.
This is why you guys can't be left without supervision.
So then we used you.
What are friends for? I
Exactly.
needed to lift you up. I need
Exactly.
to give you a little boost.
He didn't get on the roof though,
No,
but he
okay,
was
okay,
super high
not
up though.
the roof,
if he
but
had slipped,
yeah.
he would have flipped on Jordan's car and it would have been a mess. I don't know how we would have explained that one.
Yeah, got back, got to cooking. Got all the barbecue stuff going.
Laid out.
Had some dinner, had some raffles, had a good time.
Yep.
All right, how about $300 off anything from Baja Designs Lighting? The next one is going to be for a brand new set of wheels, up to 20-inch, from our friends at Dirty Light. Big thank you to you and Ness for being able to go get a cake and stuff for my other half, April.
Happy birthday, dear April.
Oh, I like the
Happy birthday to you. No! Oh, it was April's birthday. And listen, I don't respect people when they tell me not to wish them a happy birthday in front of a lot of other people. I'm sorry, I don't. I like to celebrate people. And so we celebrated April. It was her 28th birthday again.
Yeah. She's had a few of them now, but that's good. As long as she keeps enjoying them.
Thank you, guys.
That's the only red velvet they had. So.
Yes, this is your red velvet.
Thank you. I love you so much.
I actually do really
it
like
feels
the
like a
park.
love-hate relationship.
Yeah, I actually do like the park. I like the gnarly buggy stuff. I sometimes not really a fan of like the loose stuff because it really kicks you around and like you really have to be on your rig to try and get up stuff.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like if there's crawling in here, there's like buggy stuff in here. There's fun stuff to hit out here.
There was still something for everybody.
Yep.
The stuff that we did was pretty aggressive.
Honestly, I think it was a really good crawl. Like this was probably one of the top ones this year, in my opinion. I had a blast. I had a great time.
Again, I will say I did not mean to roll on purpose. But I liked it. I'd come here again. It was fun.
This is one of my favorite parks.
So that kind of concludes our weekend here at Choco. Coming up next, we have S'more and AOP, a bunch of really fun parks. Good time over there. So if you guys want to come out on one of these adventures with us, come out for a weekend, sign up on thegreatamericancrawl.com. You can see where the closest event to you is when they come up, and come out, have a good time with us. plenty of food, plenty of raffles, plenty of a good time.